Thursday edition to Right Politics. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to make this video because there have been warnings of airstrikes from Iran to hit California. And this came yesterday, heard it on the radio, heard it on the news. Now, the terrorists are, they always kind of give a warning because their whole ideology is to spark terror. So they're not just trying to do these sleeper cell things, they also want to announce to the world what they're doing to make people afraid. And we have to remember from 9/11, that's exactly what they did, but no one took them seriously. I think that this time Donald Trump will take them seriously. There'll probably be some more warships we see on the coast of California, because when you look at it, we saw the munitions build up by Iran months leading up into the attack. So there's nothing wrong with the United States doing that as a defense mechanism on our own soil. So yeah, we do not want to see the implications of attacks on American soil. But we also have to know we have been very protected from this type of thing that has been normal in Europe for 4 years and normal in the Middle East for better part of my lifetime. So what we need to do is understand that when George W. Bush declared a war on terror, he said that they would not stop until all terrorism is eradicated. Now, here we are about 25 years later, and we're looking at still ongoing terrorist threats to the mainland, which is the United States. So what can we do? Well, the best thing we can do is just continue to do what we have been doing, not to sound like Kamala Harris, which is, I quote, "We need to continue to be doing what we have been doing, and that is what we've been doing every day." So we need to go and just continue to support our military. And if anything were to ever happen on American soil, I mean, heck, there are more rednecks with, rifles in the back of their truck than there are people. So we need to just be very aware that this is going to be an ongoing threat until the Iranian government is completely neutralized. And yeah, we need to also know that this whole anti-war protests that are going on and pro-dictator, he was a good person, the Ayatollah and all this stuff, we need to know that it counteracts every aspect of the democratic left. They are for women's rights, so much to the point that they don't need a man, but then they would sit down and write an op-ed in the New York Times about how the Ayatollah was a gentleman. And he ordered the killing of 30,000 civilians, mostly women. So that doesn't make sense to me. So I'd like to know what you guys think. Also, everything is going to be looking forward to regime change, of course, like say in Iran. They're not going to leave until absolutely every dictator and dictator's successor is eliminated and that the people take over their own government. We are not a nation builder, but we are a democracy builder. And the people want democracy, and they want to be released from the hands of dictators and the grip of dictators. So the United States will slowly move along and nudge that to happen, and especially if they are declaring death to America. Now, I talk about Cuba a lot on this channel. Back over to Cuba, there's a lot of documentaries now that are coming up showing the running up of the fall of Cuba. And a lot of it has to do with knowing they're going to fall. We do not want Cuban lives lost during the fall. There are a lot of patriotic people there that, like I said in the previous post, down with communism. They do not want it anymore. And they never really did beyond the generation before us, who was kind of swindled into it. And if you look at the celebrity of Castro, maybe they held on to it because of him, but it wasn't an ongoing thing when you don't have clean water and you don't have gasoline. Like I say, most of the fires that are erupting in the country is due to people probably starting fires in their homes or burning trash because the trash is not being picked up. The country is literally on fire. The protests are continuing. They can't arrest them all. But yes, we hope that our friends in Cuba do well. And we hope that if steps foot on Cuba, that he can change some things. Like I say, they're trying to get the Cuban president exiled in return for opening up the economy. And if he refuses to go, it's probably going to be criminal indictments, which I don't know what to feel about that, because I know that we've never been the oppressor when it comes to, like, we don't just go and do a situation like Iran, and we don't do a situation like Russia where they just go and take over Kyiv. But this would have to be something like us rescuing political prisoners, us basically using the pretext that they killed American citizens on that boat, using the pretext of humanitarian aid. Like, you cannot take care of your own country. You have rejected capitalism. You have rejected the U.S. dollar, the world system. You cannot make it on this communist model because you don't have allies anymore. And then once these dominoes fall, there will be a free Venezuela, free Iran, free Cuba, leaving Trump's first term. And he's only in year one, guys. So we'll see how it goes, and we'll see how this next year unfolds. And I don't want to say like we'll see like I'm doubting it. I think it's going to be great. I believe that the future is very bright for all those countries on the horizon. They just have to get through these next couple weeks, couple months, and then we'll see it on the other side. Well, I hope you guys have a great day, and this has been another episode of Right Politics.